So basically, we go to the doctor, and literally she takes one look at my legs and says, he has nephrogenic systemic fibrosis. When was the last time he had an MRI? My mom said, well, about 6-7 months ago. She goes, well, he has NSF, and it was because of that medicine, gadolinium.
Hold on. But you said earlier a doctor told you to take the medicine.
Yeah, because the company that made it did not tell them. The company, GE Healthcare, made this drug and then burned the results of the bad testing. You can look it up. It's not anything that I put out there. I'm going to post the link. I'm going to have ZackTV. I'm going to ask me if he'll post the link on the bottom of my video that shows where they say they burned the results. They burned the results. GE burned the results, so they didn't have to put out that information to people. That it was going to mess up people without kidneys. And effectively put me in a wheelchair for life with no hope of getting out. Tell me about starting ZackTV and you know, building up your platform. How did you start and all that? How did you get into the ZackTV part and deciding I'm gonna cover drill music?
Well, I didn't really want to put a certain genre on it and say drill. I just wanted to show the real Chicago.
Okay.
Because you know, at that time, at the time when I really started off, we had the Kanye's out here, the Commons, and I had different people that I meet, especially in college, and they'd be like, "Damn, y'all dress like this." I'm like, "Nah, we don't dress like Common. No disrespect to Common or Kanye, but I'm like, nah, we dress like this and this." So I just wanted to show people the culture of Chicago.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So.
But like, I mean, how did you know that one, it was gonna be interesting, and like, I mean, how did you know like people were gonna be interested in that? Like,
I really didn't give a fuck if they was gonna be interested.
Wow.
Yeah, I just wanted to show the world like this was really going on. Actually, not even the world, just the people that I was working with. You know what I'm saying? When I had the job, when they was like, "Yo, what's going on? Is it really big dice games?" And I'm like, "Yeah, people, and we shoot dice with guns." Like, get the fuck out of here. That's not real. Yeah, we run from the. They didn't believe what was going on the south side because they lived on the north side. So where they come from, it was like the suburban area. The shit that I was saying was unreal to them, unheard of. You know? So
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So talk about how long did it take you to build up your platform to what it is now, and what do you feel made you able to do that? Like, how do you feel you captured the audience?
It definitely took some time, hard work and dedication, some years over the years, and I captured my audience by giving them what they wanted.
Okay.
You know, earlier I said I didn't give a fuck from the start, but then the fans, they go on my YouTube channel and or on my Twitter, on my Instagram, it's like, you gotta get Chief Keef, you gotta get Dirk, you gotta get the North Pole, and they're demanded literally, and they just keep drilling it, man. You gotta get him. We want to hear his story. And I go to these, I get in contact with the guys starting off, you know what I'm saying, and say, man, I want to come to the hood and watch the bam, and they were like, let's do it, let's do it.
So, on your channel, right, like, I know there's a lot of guys that are like unknown, right? And they kind of pay for an interview, and you do an interview with them. So what I want to know is, what do you think the secret is to making the known interesting, making the unknown known and interesting? Because usually online, people don't want to see what they don't know.
Exactly.
From what I understand, is like they want to see the big names, you know.
Exactly.
And a lot of ZackTV is people that are underground, but you also have the big interviews too. So I want to talk about first how you approach the smaller artists and how that works and all that.
So with a smaller artist who's unknown to the world of hip hop or the world of YouTube, I do a full in-depth interview on them, and I take the most enlightening part, like the main topic. So just say you say, "Oh yeah, my whole life I grew up around gangbangers, but Chief Keef is considered an op in my neighborhood, but I love his music." And I title that, you know what I'm saying? I'll make an eye catcher so people can check it out. Or you know what I'm saying? I'll take something that's an attention grabber. You know, I learned that in school. Attention grabber, and then I'll just make it the horizon of the interview.
Okay. And then so the rest of the parts you just cut out and just leave it out, or we put those out too?
No, we put those out as well.
Okay. All right. And so tell me the difference. Like, when you approach a smaller artist that comes and approaches you, correct?
Exactly.
And offers you. Now, say you have a new interview with Keef or Dirk or who else?
E-Day.
E-Day. You know, would you have to pay them? Would they pay you? How does that work with the bigger artists?
With a bigger artist, you know, it's one hand washed the other. So for a situation like that, for artists, that's definitely an artist that's it depends on the situation. With guys like them who you just named, we have a personal relationship. We did numerous works, but you just saying You got to be more specific, like a signed artist or just a biggest artist.
Or just like a person like Dirk or Keith, who's signed.
No, not a person that's signed. Well, no, I wouldn't. No.
You wouldn't approach them.
No, not necessarily. Are you saying would they have to pay?
Would you approach them and would they have to pay, or how would it work with the bigger artists? Is what I'm asking.
Honestly, at this point in my career, not to sound arrogant, but no, I wouldn't approach those guys. You know.
Okay.
Because I got them already, to be honest. So I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But if I was to do something with a signed artist, I wouldn't make them pay because their fan base actually helped me out.
Yeah,
So no.
Okay. So it's just kind of a favor and a favor, like your fan base I'm giving you from. Okay,
exactly.
All right, cool. So what made you even after you blew up, right? You got 100,000 or more subscribers.
Yep.
You could go to a Atlanta artist that's buzzing right now. You could go to a New York artist and approach them. So after you blew up and built that platform, what made you just want to stay with Chicago only and not do Chicago, but also branch out to like, you know, these bigger artists like New York and get like, you know, Casanova or like Troy Ave, or go to Los Angeles and get YG or something like that?
If I leave Chicago, we won't have any other outlets, to be honest with you, and that's the truth.
Okay.
I've been in Arizona, and Yella just landed in Chicago, in Chirac, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And he came to the House of Blues, and he talked to Young M.A. for literally about 30, 45, damn near close to an hour backstage. Nobody was in there.
So it was who, King Yella, FBG Duck?
No, FBG Duck, he didn't come. Yella, just Yella. King Yella and M.A. talked it out on the steps in the back of the House of Blues for damn near an hour, literally, before the cameras was ever
You heard the
involved.
Conversation?
We heard a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It was, you know
But
what I'm saying?
You kind of left him alone to talk about that.
Yeah, everybody. Her manager didn't even go back there. Her homie didn't go back there. You know what I'm saying? So it was a confidential, you know what I'm saying, conversation. But they worked this shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So shout out to Young M.A.
Was it ever like intense? Kind of like, you know, like
it was getting riled up.
It was getting riled up, intense a little bit.
Yeah. But it's all love.
Yeah, I'm glad nothing popped off. That's good.
Gave me hope. Like, man, I'm giving Shorty hope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got something to look forward to besides the block. Yeah. So that made me want to stay, you know what I'm saying, and help the Chicago artists. But I do travel outside Chicago and do, but you know.
I mean, obviously you're here, so.
Most definitely.
So we talked about it off camera, and you know, speak on it as much as you want to, but talk about the Young Ma and the King Yella thing where they met up and they squashed the. You know, Young Ma had said, what was the line? I'm smoking hooka.
Smoking hooka like it's Tooka.
And for people that don't know, Tooka was King Yella's homie that was killed. And he was also in a beef with Chief Keef and Lil Reese.
Yeah. Tooka, everybody knows. Well, Tooka was a kid, you know what I'm saying, from the south side of Chicago, 63rd and St. Lawrence to be exact. You know what I'm saying? This Duck, FBG Duck, that's one of his best friends, you know. He got a... If y'all don't know FBG, they come from Tooka Hood, Tookaville, all through 63rd, St. Lawrence, Vernon, all through there. Anyhow, you know, Chief Keef, this is one of Chief Keef quote unquote ops. So when he passed, you know, in Chicago, the culture wants somebody died to disrespect him. You say, I'm smoking on their name, whatever their name is, I'm smoking a pack. So when Young M.A. said the shit, she not being from Chicago, not really knowing what comes behind that, the GDs in Chicago, I should say like half of the city felt a certain way, like, what the fuck? You banned. You better apologize, yada, yada, yada. But long story short, Young M.A. came to Chicago. She performed at the House of Blues. One of the big homies in Chicago, man, his name D Nash, man. He ended up talking to Young M.A. manager and kind of squashing the beef somewhat over the phone, but he actually wanted King Yella, you know what I'm saying, and Duck and Black to meet up with Young M.A. in person. Okay. I felt that was, you know what I'm saying, a great idea. I just didn't know the outcome of it. Okay. But it was, like Yella, Duck didn't answer his phone to the last minute. And Billionaire Black, he was out of town somewhere, I think in Arizona. And Yella just landed in Chicago, in Chirac, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And he came to the House of Blues and he talked to Young M.A. for literally about 30, 45, damn near close to an hour backstage. Nobody was in there.
So just who, King Yella, FBG Duck?
No, FBG Duck, he didn't come. Yella, just Yella. King Yella and M.A. talked it out on the steps in the back of the House of Blues for damn near an hour, literally, before the cameras was ever involved.
You heard the conversation?
We heard a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It was, you know what I'm saying?
You kind of left him alone to talk about that.
Yeah, everybody. Her manager didn't even go back there. Her homie didn't go back there. You know what I'm saying? So it was a confidential, you know what I'm saying, conversation, but they worked this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Young M.A.
Was it ever like intense? kind of like, you know, like
it was getting riled up.
It was getting riled up, intentional of it.
Yeah, but it's all love.
Yeah, I'm glad nothing popped off. That's good.
Hate her, but I fuck her like a lover. I was fighting, but we kiss under the cover. And baby, I don't never play around with you. As soon as we get together, you know what's going down. She say she love when I'm up in it. Them other niggas ain't with it. She like, what's your favorite position? I'm like, baby, every position. And I love when you wash the dishes. Not because you washing the dishes. It's because of little shorts you be wearing when you walking around in the kitchen, yeah.